had a rough start today. I tried waking up at 5:30, and I got out of bed, but as I was walking to the bathroom, I turned around and I walked back to my desk. And I sat down and fell asleep. Then I woke back up at 7:30. This used to happen a lot. It's the reason I started being so strict with myself in the mornings. Now I didn't have a great start today, but I'm going to use it as a reason to wake up early tomorrow. And I'm still going to try to have a productive morning. And I'll start by folding my clothes. Eventually I want to get back to waking up at 5. It feels nice to wake up when it's still dark outside. There's also less people on the train, and you're the first person in the gym. It almost makes you feel like a different person. So I want to start waking up early again. I love this view. Today's actually a special day, because it's our first snow day. I like the snow. It adds a little character to campus. There's this artist on Cape Cod who paints New England snow days. That's what this reminds me of. One of her paintings. And I want to paint one someday, just like her. I'm at the gym now. And today's chest day. My goal for the longest time has been to bench 225. Right now I'm doing 205, and I'm struggling a bit. I never push myself hard enough at the gym. Every time I walk in, I always have a new reason for why I can't go up in weight. And I don't want that to happen today. So I thought I'd go up to 215 today, even if I drop the bar. And I got a few reps in. It felt good. So I figured why not keep going and try out 225 today. 2 plates. And it went all right. I was so excited I almost puked. I got to do something I've only been dreaming of. I finally feel strong. And to reward myself, I went for a run in the snow. Now it's cold and windy, and it hurts, but it's a good type of hurt. After the gym, I went to lunch. It's a roast beef sandwich and a peanut butter banana sandwich. But the second one is more of a dessert. Now I'm walking back to my office to get some work done. A while back, I applied for a position, and today I found out that I didn't get it. My advisor is the one who nominated me for the position, and he gave me some advice today. And I thanked him for the opportunity, and I told him I'd keep working. I'll try to learn from this one. Last week, my students had their final exam. It was 5 hours. At the start of the exam, I made a short speech for the students. But I was so nervous that I choked up. I told them that I enjoyed teaching them, and I was happy I got to meet them. And they clapped after, and it made me choke up even more. And when I started passing out the exams, my hands were shaking from the nerves, and I tried to play it off. It was a long exam, and they started leaving one by one, and it was bittersweet. It kind of reminded me of the ending to Ocean's 11. Everybody walking out, until there's just one. The last kid was a student in my section. He's a really nice kid, and he works really hard. I shook his hand after it was over, and I told him it was a pleasure. It was a good ending to a good semester. I hope they remember it. I'm going home now, but I'm going to stop by this bookstore first. It's called Raven. I'm looking for a biography. It's about this guy named Teddy Atlas, really famous boxing trainer. He has a story I want to read about. It's about this kid who walks into his gym, but he's afraid of fighting. So he trains him, and he puts him in the ring 5 times. But the kid never throws a punch because he's so scared. But by the 6th time, he starts to fight. He learns something about himself. and I liked that story so much that I wanted to read his book. It turns out, though, that the store doesn't have a sports section, so I'm leaving empty-handed. I don't have any food for the rest of the week, so I have to do groceries. I usually come to Star Market. It's one of the most popular grocery stores in New England. I'm just buying some stuff for Sloppy Joe's and some bananas and eggs for my breakfast. I just got home, and I'm gonna end my day by meal prepping. This is the first day that I meal prep at night. I'm gonna make chicken and rice, as usual. I usually do this in the mornings, but I'm gonna start doing this at night so I can save time in the mornings. It's not always fun, but you feel really good afterwards, because you do something that you know you have to do. It's the weekend now, and I'm in Boston. I love this part of town. There's a lot of good memories here. I always bring my girlfriend here when she comes to visit, and now it's one of my favorite places in the city. I found this nice clothing shop, and they're giving out free oysters. I love oysters. I actually found this brand online, but I forgot the name, and for the last few weeks I've been trying to find it like crazy. And I got really lucky today, because I just stumbled into it by accident. While I was here, I ate a few oysters, and I tried on a few sweaters, and I really liked them. I ended up buying one. While I was there, I got to meet the owner, this guy named Mike. He's really nice. Turns out he was on Shark Tank, and he's pretty interesting. 3 days after he was born, they took him on a boat, and he's been on the water ever since. I want to get a boat one day too. Maybe learn to fish. One thing I love about Boston is the donuts. There's a Dunkin' on every corner. I always get the chocolate. It's my favorite one. I love this city. I wouldn't mind spending the rest of my life here. Having Dunkin' on the weekends, taking walks downtown, and maybe one day, taking trips down to the Cape to hop on a family boat and maybe get a chance to have a life on the water. Someday.